hope they're enjoying Rockville and Daytona. Last year, I think they did it in November. This year, they had the grand idea of putting it right in the smack dab middle of wet season. I think ultimately it has a lot to do with our area desperately reaching into the purse strings of all the consumers and tourists that we can. I think the people that moved up the pace of the event and took it out of the end of the year and put it in the beginning of the year know as well as I and many who are paying attention that life is about to get a lot harder this harvest season, and the cost of everything will be such that nobody's going to really be in the mood to go out and go to a concert. Oh, you can see the little IR lights for the dash cam on my camera. You can't see it with the naked eye. That's cool. Anyways, so yeah, I think there's an awareness for people running things like concerts and other such events that, you know, things are just about to get significantly worse, and fear will take precedence, and people will stop spending so freely by the end of this year. I feel the end of it all coming myself. I haven't made much on the platform tonight for Uber. Normally I drive my pants off on a Friday, and it's one of my biggest earning nights, so I'm losing my shirt right now, but it's very wet out, and I have a leather interior, and no matter what kind of seat covers you put in your car, letting wet people in your car is just a way to get bad ratings on the app, because whether the seat cover gets wet or my seats get wet, the only difference is I won't have to pay for damages, but I will pay because people will give me less than 5 stars if they sit in a wet seat. That's going to happen. So I'm sitting here losing money, listening to classical music, like actual classical music, like, you know, Bach and Beethoven and shit. Listening to the rain on my glass roof, and reading my book, hoping that all this weather kind of blows out of here and I can go back to work at some point. If it's just shit weather today and tomorrow, that's going to be hard on me, because then, you know, there won't be any days off coming up this week, and it'll just be, I don't know what to do. I was going to go to the gym today and take a shower, and I never got the chance. I got a ride request from a friend for cash, and that was my time to take a shower and bathe. I haven't bathed in 3 days, and I don't have a choice. I kind of just freshened up as best as I could with wet wipes, and I'm just on the road. Now it's raining, and I could go to the gym and bathe, but they're not open 24 hours a day on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, because I don't have a good answer for why that is. People don't make a lot of sense most of the time. It's a stupid world we live in, run by idiots. I really want a place to call my own. I really want to sleep in a bed. I want to have access to my own bathroom, but those are pipe dreams. And for all the money that I've made this month, it all amounts to nothing. It really does. I'm paying down my credit cards at least, so there's that. But as much as I earn, the costs just keep up with it. And, like, you know, on a almost $1,400 a week gross income, like, better than a third of that just gets evaporated because it's fuel, it's microfiber cloths for detailing my car, it's trips through the car wash, it's cleaning chemicals, it's food, because, you know, I pay like something like $30 a day for food because I don't have a refrigerator. I mean, if I keep things in my cooler and like kind of half-ass meal prep, it seems like my food always goes bad sooner than it should. I have to constantly buy ice for my cooler. It's Florida, so ice in a cooler doesn't last. And one of two things happens that ruins my food. Either the food doesn't stay cold enough and it gets ruined, or the ice melts and I don't dump it frequently enough, and then basically it submerges my food, gets into the container, and ruins my food. It is what it is. So I spend like $30 a day on food, 7 days a week. So, you know, do that math. And it's only going to get worse. People don't understand how much worse it's going to get. They're like, oh my God, gas. I'm like, you don't know gas yet. Now they're saying $6 a gallon by August. I was thinking by the end of the year, but okay. Maybe $8 by the end of the year here in Florida. I don't know. I'm scared, I'm angry, and, you know, I all I can do is work and work and work and work, and I live around the work, and I don't have a schedule. All I have is, like, some very petty rituals. Like, there's certain things that I can rely on. Like, I get tea bags from Publix, you know, like, I like the apple and cinnamon spice ones from Celestial Seasonings. Those are really good. You know, I buy a thing of honey and I keep it in my car and try to get the ones that don't leak. And then so when I'm done driving for the night and it's time to lose consciousness for a little while, I get some hot water from Wawa because they're open 24 hours a day and hot water is always available. In a cup, you know, you buy it. Like, you can pour yourself a coffee there, or you get the coffee cup and you fill it with hot water. And I make my tea, and then I read a little while, and then I go to sleep, and then I do it all over again. And even though I would like to wake up at, like, you know, 6 or 7 a.m. and clock in like 8 or so, if I do that, which I have, nothing happens until like 4 to 6 p.m., and that's when things start picking up. I mean, there's a couple rides to give, but it's dead. Dead. And if I just work 8 hours and clock out, I'll make like $60 a day. And I spend so much more than that. I probably use something like 3 gallons of gas on sleeping. Because while I don't run my car the whole time I sleep, I'll wake up and it's hot as shit. And I run the car for an hour or so and then go back to sleep, turn it off and when it's cooled off a little bit. But during the daytime, you know, where I'm forced to sleep until like noon or so, you know, I'll go to bed like 4 a.m. maybe, and then go to sleep until like noonish. Usually it's closer to 10. I can't even make it to noon because it just gets so hot. And it's all over again. I gotta go to the car wash and I gotta vacuum out my car and get rid of the smell of, you know, drunken people's body odor, my body odor, get it all out of the car. So that people don't give me less than 5 stars and ruin my fucking ability to have access to income. And then I go to the gas station and put gas in my car for anywhere from $20 to $60, depending on how much I want to buy. And then let's go. Back to the same. Hurry up and wait. Sit and read my books. Listen to podcasts, wait for ride requests. And then sometimes it's just all ride requests all the time and there's no taking a break, there's no rest. There's no time to gather your thoughts and you're just on the road. I got my friends. I got a new chicken. He strangely, like, rigid, like, I don't know, like, I saw the pictures of him before I bought him, and I just, when I finally held him, he wasn't what I was expecting, but he's a cool dude. I got my Slothy, of course, and then I got my little Slothy that I never tell people this, but I actually bought him for myself for Valentine's Day, because I love sloths. And I always wanted some plush stuffed sloth animals. And then I saw him for sale during Valentine's Day, and I just got him. Not as some weird narcissistic thing, but just I like sloths, and it was my first to my collection. Followed by this guy most recently. I bought like 2 sloths while I was living with my now ex-girlfriend. They're pretty cool in their own right. One was a direct gift for her, and one was kind of like a shared joke for the both of us, but I let her have both of them. She's still special to me. And, you know, she broke up with me, but it was because I was always working, and that wasn't going to change, so I think she was wise in her own way to call things quits. We still talk. Actually, she just recently gave me some really tasty leftovers that were some pretty awesome food that saved me money for like 2 days straight. Anyways, I'm just gonna go back to reading my book, I guess, and wait for this rain to blow over. Hopefully that'll be, you know, within an hour or two, and I'll get some of this fucking work tonight. Otherwise, the only thing that'll be left for me to really pick up is trips to the airport, and they don't pay like they used to. They're not worth doing. Like, I'm not going to do them because then I'll lose money. But also, in the middle of the night, another thing happens other than airports, and that's U.S. food services and the Amazon warehouse shift changes. But most of the people working those hours are like, people that lived in Daytona that are different than me for reasons. And because they're different than me for reasons, they never tip. Because people that are different than me for reasons, especially those that live in Daytona, have this cultural phenomenon where they don't know what a gratuity means. So they never tip. So you'll get like $6, $7 rides for about 6 miles, and then they don't give you anything else. Well, you can afford an Uber, but you can't afford a $2 tip. That's very kind of you. And you want to talk to me about oppression? Okay. Anyways, that's enough for now. What a great weather night. Hemorrhaging money over here.